Heyhoo und willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. Ihr seht vielleicht schon hinter mir, geht's gerade ab, da wollen wir nämlich hin. Wir sind gerade mit Dane auf der Suche nach diesem Abgrundboten. Wir wollen ihn verkloppen und vielleicht mehr herausfinden darüber, was er über uns weiß. Warum er uns kennt. Und Speed up! Bams! Droppst du was? Nein, okay, Story.
Those abyss mages just now. Were they trying to ambush us?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value.
Oh, is that so? The Traveler here seems to like doing that a lot too. Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits, you know, that kind of stuff.
Das sind halt wichtige Materialien.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects.
Ja, denke ich auch nicht.
In fact,
Aber was
I
machen die
was
dann mit
nearby
dem?
investigating precisely because abyss mages often come out from that ruin to explore. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins.
Aber was denn?
However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
Oh mein Gott, ja, die brennende Hand. Ja, Meister Diluc hat das schon mal gemacht. Du solltest rauer mit ihnen rumspringen. Nee, das da.
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the abyss. But I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the entire Abyss Order. One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation. Or rather, these Abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than they do a painful interrogation.
Was fürchten die? Hat es etwas mit dem zu tun, was wir... Ja, stimmt. Stimmt.
Paimon is getting goosebumps thinking about all this.
Ja, so schlimm war das
Alright,
jetzt nicht.
we shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
Ey, aber dieser Herold war schon mal echt cool. Also wenn wir unsere Weltstufe erhöhen, der hätte uns echt fertig gemacht. Steht der auch? Nee. Okay. Wir sehen uns dort. Ich konnte mich nicht mal voll heilen. Oh, das wird schrecklich. Das wird schrecklich. Bitte wach nicht auf. Ich sagte doch bitte. Ich mach schnell. So, komm runter. Stirb! Deren Level ist nicht gerade gering, aber zum Glück noch geringer als unsere. Und ist fertig. Oh, hab so viel gelabert.
Wow, besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guards sure are active around here. Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of Ruin Guards roaming around too.
Wahrscheinlich als nächstes
Is that
dieser
just a
größere Ruinentyp.
coincidence? Or...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago. Just
Wow.
like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout.
Das ist schön, aber ich nenne das gerne Schicksal. Das ist, glaube ich, besser. Ich begreife nicht ganz, aber ich habe nur durch Zufall von dir erfahren. Denkst du wirklich, dass es Zufall war? Das will ich nicht sagen. Ich begreife
Forget
nicht
it.
ganz.
Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental. Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots below.
branches? Roots? What do you mean exactly?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago. Khaenri'ah.
Oh, danke. Mal
Khaenri'ah?
was Neues. Khaenri'ah.
Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation? Oh, speaking of Khaenri'ah, that's really a super ancient name. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Khaenri'ah was...
Ich kenne die nicht. Lass sie weiter erzählen.
Huh?
Aha. Weil ich Erinnerungen an die Khaenri'ah... Was?
You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago.
Sind
Is
wir
that
vielleicht
so?
von denen?
Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But
Oh, ich will mehr
if you
wissen.
would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
Ich kann es nicht länger vor ihm verbergen. Dane und die Khaenri'ah, es ist ein Versuch wert. Die Person, die mich aufweckte. Was? Was für die mich aufweckte? Und dieses Flammenmeer, das ich sah, als ich erwachte. Was für Flammenmeer? Habe ich Alzheimer? Also, habe ich was vergessen? Die Person, die mich aufweckt. Ich verstehe nicht genau, was du meinst. Ich kann es nicht länger vor ihm verbergen. Es ist ein Versuch wert. Ja, macht eh keinen... Erzählt von Dane von dem Flammenmeer? Was für ein Flammenmeer? Was habe ich für... Habe ich was
So
verpasst?
that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Tevat?
Und dann erzählt deine Schwester von der Zerstörung von Khaenri'ah. Warum weiß ich das nicht? Die ganze Welt in Chaos gestürzt hat und dass ihr beide diese Welt namens Tevat verlassen solltet.
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
Das habe ich zu der Zeit gehört. Yep.
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you did, because she woke up first.
Ich versuche immer noch gerade alles zu blicken.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Ja, das wissen wir ja.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Tevat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I right?
Also haben wir diesen Krieg mitbekommen, von dem die ganzen Archons labern?
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months.
Das hätte ich machen sollen, ne?
Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister?
Es ist die zweitbeste Spur nach der Suche nach den 7. Und das, obwohl wir lediglich einen Ortsnamen kennen.
Oh, yeah! You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
Jetzt muss ich doch die ganzen Bücher lesen. Oh.
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you.
Dann
Khaenri'ah was a
erzähl.
nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Khaenri'ah. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Was für eine gefährliche Welt. Ich muss mich beeilen und meine Schwester finden.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits.
Aber wenn ich das nächste Mal Venti oder Zhonglis sehe, ich muss wissen, wie die Götter ihre Handlungen erklären.
Let's keep moving. I
Ja,
will
ich
tell
will
you
wissen,
more
was
of what you want to
passiert ist.
know as we continue our
Warum?
search.
Es gibt immer zwei Seiten einer Geschichte. Alter, das ist krass. Da wären wir auch schon.
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages.
Aber was wollen die mit der
Dane was just
Wächter?
saying how these ancient machines are from Khaenri'ah. So, did Khaenri'ah have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers by the people of Khaenri'ah.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
Waren sie Agrarmaschinen? Das erklärt das Aussehen so ein bisschen. Also wenn es mit diesen tödlichen Waffen auf sich...
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The people of Khaenri'ah like to give code names to their weapons.
Ah,
The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the Field Tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
nee, das ist heftig.
After the destruction of Khaenri'ah, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat. Perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time, they found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
That sounds so sad.
500 Jahre lang ziellos herumwandern.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Okay. Waren hier nicht noch so Magier und so? Ah ja, klar. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was gerade passiert ist, aber ich habe es geschafft.
Huh? This abyss mage dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Khaenri'ah?
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
Oh mein Gott.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine?
Hat das mit der umgedrehten Statue zu tun?
From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now.
Sich gereimt.
An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osial, Overlord of the Vortex.
Hä, aber das waren die
The
Fatui.
Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean?
Wir konnten ihn letztes Mal nicht zerstören. Er wurde einfach vom Jadegemach unterdrückt.
What do they want with Osial?
Ist es dasselbe wie bei Dwalin? Oh nee.
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher.
Ja, das ist echt
Will the
übel.
Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osial, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Osial's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osial's body.
Aber worin?
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Diese Spitznamen werden ständig länger.
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osial's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller?
Danach suchen die.
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Nach den
All
ersten
those Abyss mages are looking for the
Ruinenwächter.
special eye, right?
It would seem so.
Sie haben ihn noch nicht gefunden. Wir haben noch Zeit.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Celestia?
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation?
Die Statue, sie hat ausgesehen wie der Animo-Archon.
Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
Die müssen bestimmt
The
Bescheid wissen.
cathedral.
Du willst da nicht hin?
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.
Hohen auf die Mächte? Was? Irgendwie sowas. Aber das war's erstmal für diese Folge von Genshin Impact. Wir haben ganz schön viel herausgefunden und ich habe immer noch Fragen, weil ich es nicht verstehe. Wussten wir das mit diesem Flammenmeer? Auf jeden Fall viel Spaß. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß bei dieser Folge. Bis zum nächsten Mal und tschüss.